music. And at that time, you know, you're alone in the studio, you're working on this stuff, you have no idea where the music's going to go, how's it going to travel, who will listen to it, will people like it, what will the reaction be? All of those are just like in the big unknown. And then the music gets released and it's out there for anybody to consume, for anybody to relate to. It's like one of the most moving things for me, really, because on this journey of touring all around the world over the last 9 or 10 months, I met so many people who are really enthusiastic about telling me about their own relationships to my music and what it means to them. When I'm traveling around and then about to play a show in a completely new place, I literally have no idea what it's going to be like. I just don't know whether people even listen to my music there and who's going to turn up. And so it was it was a really pleasant surprise because we had a nice crowd in that room and they were really enthusiastic. And the queue at the end was really long at the merch stand. And people bought all the records and they were asking for them to get signed. And yeah, it was just nice to meet people in a totally new city.
You have some of the best handwriting I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks very much. My granddad taught me my handwriting. Yeah.
Is it cursive?
Cursive. Yeah, he taught me. Before that, my handwriting, it was neat, but it wasn't that style at all. It was like kind of big and like, I don't know. Yeah, but he taught me one summer when I went to visit him in Pakistan. He just taught me handwriting and made me practice every day. Maybe I was like 12 or 13. Like the cursive style, you know. Oh, the cover for Dreamer is actually a passport photo. And I took that photo on the day I finished the album. I'm from the middle of London. And this is my third time in LA. And this is the best experience I've had of the city so far. It's so different to London. So the first time I came here, it was quite hard to get my head around it, just because it's so spread out and there's not really like any centre. And I'm used to being in a city where you can walk everywhere, you know, or if you don't, or at least you never have to drive, because if you don't, in London I ride my bike everywhere, and if I can't ride my bike then I'll just get the bus or the tube or the subway, as you would call it. But over here, you know, it's so different because there's not the same kind of public transport system and you have to drive, and I find that quite tiring. So when I played in Santana the other day, there was some kind of mix-up, so they hadn't booked a support act, and we only realised like a few hours before the show. So then, yeah, it was a bit of a scramble to get someone, but I was having a think, and then I remember there's this guy who actually came to my DJ gig a couple of weeks back here in LA at Zebulon, and we'd already been in touch online, and he's an artist called Micah.
Sometimes I'm waiting for the end of the night to put the music on. Waiting from how far down south to me up, you know, sit at home. Shake it like a cheerleader. Still, let's hear it all. Shake it like a cheerleader. Now I'm counting you out.
But yeah, he's like, I'll do it. And he didn't have his band, so he was just like singing over his music. But you know, he adapted it for the situation, and it was really good. And it was just nice that it worked out that way, I think, because we'd already met, and it was nice that we crossed paths again like that. and I thought his performance was really cool, and yeah, a new musical friend of mine.
To meet the unicorn, Andre 3000.
It was amazing. He walked straight past me. He was like about a meter away from me, and I was like, even that freaked me out. And then during the show, I was like, I don't care what happens. I'm just going to try and meet him tonight because this is my only chance. So I was literally just doing like the fangirl thing, which I haven't done probably since I was a teenager at a gig, of just waiting. And so like, the show finished, and then we were just kind of waiting in the foyer area, and then they were trying to get everyone out, and they were like, the show's done, the place is closing, you need to leave. And I was like, okay, and I was still just waiting there. And then some of the musicians from the band started coming out, and Carlos Nino came out. Sorry, you asked me the question, I'm telling you the whole story, you can edit it afterwards.
Go ahead, please.
But like Carlos Nino came out, and so I was like, oh my god, amazing, because he's also a musical legend. So I went up to him to speak to him, and he was like, hey, I recognize your face, I think I bought your record off Bandcamp. And I was like, no way. So then we were just talking about music for a bit and had a chat, and then he was talking to some other people, and then I said to him, I was like, oh, Carlos, do you think Andre is going to come out of the same door? And he was like, yeah, I suppose so. He was like, why are you asking? And I was like, I'm just going to wait here till he comes out because I just want to say hi and I just want to say thanks for the show. And he's like, oh, you want to meet him? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, just come with me then. And he just took me inside. He literally just like took me in past security up to the backstage room, and then introduced me himself to Andre 3000. And then again, as soon as I was standing next to him, I started crying again because it was just too overwhelming. And there's not a lot of famous people, I think, who would have that effect on me now. Probably him and like Kendrick Lamar, maybe. I'm just thankful for that little interaction. Kendrick Lamar is my favorite. I think he's like my favorite music artist right now, like who's alive right now, who I'm listening to. And he played in London, not last year, the year before, in November. He did 3 nights, and I went to 2 of them out of the 3. And I tried to do that thing again of just waiting around at the end, or like trying to work out where he was going to be afterwards to try and meet him, but it never happened. But I feel he's someone who is just like so talented. I love all his music. I love his storytelling, and I love the way that he thinks about it in ways that aren't just like linear necessarily, because I feel like, especially with the new album Mr. Morale, and also with To Pimp a Butterfly, it's almost like that the album has like a circular format, and that's the first time I've ever felt that with someone's music that I've listened to, whereas like you listen to everything, you listen to all the lyrics, you listen to all the tracks, you get to the end, and then after the end when it loops back to the beginning, you're like, oh, okay, now everything's going to make even more sense to me the next time I listen to it, the next time round. And there's just so many layers. So even when I listen to Good Kid, Mad City now, which I've listened to like thousands of times, it still feels fresh, and you still hear new things in it.
So you going to Texas?
Oh yeah, I am going to Texas next, tomorrow morning. That's the next stop. Texas for a week and a bit for some shows. in Austin and McAllen. Then after that, heading to Oklahoma for the first time, playing in Oklahoma City, and then also Salt Lake City in Utah, and then heading to Idaho for Treefort Festival, and then finishing in New York, and then finally home, back to London after 4 months. This is actually the best place to be for my last day in LA, because when I can really say goodbye, LA. It's been amazing, but hopefully I'll be back soon. Goodbye.
That's perfect. So let me hold this for a second. And we're good. You got it.
Sick. It was really cool to do it with you guys. You know, some shoots feel so dry, but this one obviously did not.
Yeah.
You left your soul on the earth. You left without knowing its worth. I knew it was love, and I felt it was glory. But you never told me the end of the story. I knew it was love, and I felt it was glory. But you never told me the end of the story. Meet me